Today's episode of South African Food Stories is powered by FNB Business. From foot in the door to an unstoppable franchise footprint, let FNB expert industry advisors help you grow and optimize your business. They've got a game plan full of expert-led support and tailored solutions. FNB Business, because help changes everything. An authorized financial services provider and credit provider. Hello and welcome back to South African Food Stories. I'm your host, Nikki Robertson, and my guest today has built one of the most recognizable hospitality brands to come out of South Africa. You all know the name Tasha's. What you may not know is how intentionally this brand was built. Natasha Sideris started with one restaurant and scaled it into an international hospitality group operating across South Africa and the Middle East without diluting the brand or lowering standards, something that almost never happens in food. In this conversation, we unpack the mechanics behind the growth, the decisions that worked, the tough lessons learned, and the personal rules she uses to protect quality, culture, and creativity at scale. This is a behind-the-scenes conversation about building something that lasts. Tasha, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for the very, very nice intro.
Such a pleasure. I'm so honored to be sitting here with you because I'm really such a fan, and I know my pleasure. Such a lot of our audience, throw the name around Tasha's because we all live at a Tasha's at some point, especially in Joburg. I don't know about Cape Town, but they don't know the person behind the brand. So what I really want to do today is get to know who you are.
Perfect.
And how you built this. Probably one of the most successful restaurant chains in the country, if not internationally. So how did it all start?
So I've been in the food business for over 30 years. I'm 50 this year. Helped my dad out at Fishmonger, and he used to own the Fishmonger in Rivonia.
Wow.
And while I was studying psychology, I actually didn't want to get into the food business because it is really tough. And I watched my dad while we were growing up working long, hard hours. In those days, restaurants were closed on a Monday. We'd only really see him on a Monday.
Right. Yeah.
Tuesday through Sunday, he was working 24/7. So I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to study psychology. And while I was studying psychology at Wits, my dad opened the Fishmonger in Rivonia and said, why don't you come and help us out a little bit? I should have known it was a hook.
Yes.
Anyway, so I used to go to lectures during the day, have my apron in the boot of the car, leave lectures, go to the restaurant, put my apron on, work, go home, shower, change. Sometimes party a little bit, have a good sleep, and then back to lectures and back to Fishmonger. And I have been very blessed in my life to work in very busy restaurants and venues. And I think if you love people and you love food and you love interiors like I do, the restaurant business allows you to sort of touch on everything, and you get addicted to the adrenaline.
When you said interiors, it's very apparent that creativity is a big part of everything you do because every restaurant's different, and you've created so many different themes around your restaurant. So let's just stay with your dad for a little bit, because firstly, working in family is tough.
Very. Unless
you really love your family.
I work with my brother. And we fight every day.
Well, that's it.
I just had a fight before I got here.
Exactly. So how do you even separate, family from work? And secondly, I know for people who are brought up in the food industry, if you ask them, will you go into the food game? And they go, not a chance. So what kept you there?
Well, listen, a lot of people talk about work-life balance. I don't have much work-life balance, and I'm not going to sit here and lie. For me, my business is all-encompassing. It's everything that I am. It's everything that I do. It's the same for my business partner, who is my brother. So that's why there's a lot of boxing and a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
And the breaks that I have happen when I go on a holiday. Other than that, in my normal weekday, it's full on and it's intense.
Yeah.
And I think I'm privileged enough to have a sibling who is as passionate about the business as I am. So even though he's got kids, and it's become a little bit harder for him now because he does have to have more balance in his life. He's got to take the kids to school, do a bit of homework with them, whatever it is. But when both people are so heavily invested, or both partners are so heavily invested, then I think it becomes par for the course, and the fighting and the everything, the passion, it's all there, for the best result.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first Tasha's was in Illovo Square.
Athol Square.
Square. How many years ago was that?
20 exactly.
20 years ago.
20 on the 15th of September last year, 2025. So we celebrated the whole of last year. We were celebrating our 20-year anniversary, giving out gifts and giving out champagne bottles. And in Dubai, we did incense and cakes and birthday cakes everywhere. So 20 years is a long time.
It is. So at what point did you realize this wasn't just a restaurant anymore? This was going to be something much bigger than anyone ever anticipated?
You're going to laugh at what I'm going to say now. But even till today, I still treat it like it's one restaurant. And I think the minute you start thinking about your business as this mass scale brand, and then you need to start taking shortcuts.
Yeah.
Then you lose the magic. I mean, up until today, I was tasting whether the croissants from X are better than the croissants from Y. Must we get them from France or must we get them from, there's a new Italian product on the market. My brother's like, well, there's nothing wrong with them. I said, doesn't matter, let's taste the other one just to make sure that's right. I got on the line with my culinary director today. Jill, are we still happy with our French toast? Do we need to maybe change the brioche? So I think as you're scaling, if you're not paying attention to the detail that you started with, you will fail and you won't have longevity. And I think we've been around for 20 years because we still fuss about the micro detail.
Yeah.
The tiebacks on the cushions, the products, the training, and we literally add it 24/7.
Yeah.
Got a big team now though, 70 people in Dubai at head office and 20 people in South Africa.
Yeah.
And 90 strong.
How do you choose your staff? I mean, your waitering staff are like nothing else in this country.
I mean, there's a famous restaurateur, Danny Meyer, that talks about, hospitality being the core of everything. I think I don't know if it's improving now because I haven't been living in the country for the last 10 years, but hospitality schools, I think, could do with a lot of improvement in South Africa. So we hire for attitude. We hire for, do they love people? And that has to be in the back and the front and in the bar because you're working with each other all the time. And then do you love the customer? And the rest we have to train because we don't have a workforce in SA that's got the soft skills. So we train those soft skills. So literally taking people off the streets who've got the right attitude.
Yeah, I love it. So what traits do you look at for people when you're hiring, specifically traits?
I mean, it's difficult to judge whether someone's going to be hardworking. They normally have to do trials and they have to do a shift so we can judge whether they're energetic or not. There's a lot of interview questions that we do to test, I'll say, verbal skills and customer engagement. And then there's just an X factor of hospitality.
Yeah.
Do they love people?
Yeah, that comes through.
Do they want to make people happy? Because that's all we want to do. We just want to make sure that the customers are happy. Yeah. And if we mess up, that they're going to leave happy because we've made it good.
Oh, they always do. They always fix.
Well, we try.
Yeah, no, it's very clear that this is just a different story. And we all know that it starts with management and it starts from above.
Exactly. Listen, I think people know that there's growth in the company, especially now. We've got 13 brands, 45, with 41 restaurants, 4 retail stores. We're opening another 16 this year. People know that there's opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
I always tell the story of Precious. She started with me as a scullery in Bedfordview.
Yes.
And is now the GM of one of the busiest restaurants in Dubai. And there are hundreds of stories like that. I've got Dennis, who's now come to help me open my Italian restaurant in Sea Point, who started like as a very, very basic baker at Hyde Park.
Yes.
And now he's one of the top guys in pastry.
Okay.
So I think if there's also a growth mindset in the company and people can see there's a career path, then it's easy to get people to engage. Okay.
So you started off with your one restaurant. Was that your dad's restaurant or was it yours?
No, I started working with my dad.
With your dad?
Yeah, at the fishmonger.
And then the Tashas?
So a Nino's in Bedfordview went on the market. And I said to my dad, listen, I really want to buy this business. He said, we don't have the cash. We sold some properties in Cyprus to get some of the funding. Then we went to loan sharks for the rest. Real loan sharks.
Yeah.
And I always say, the kinds that'll break your kneecaps.
Yeah.
Thank God the business was really busy. We turned that business around. It used to be very drinks heavy, and people didn't take the restaurant very seriously for food. It was mainly like a salad and a toasted sandwich. I arrived, put on some specials, really drove the hospitality, almost doubled the turnover in about a year.
Wow.
Then I joined Nino's head office, which was a fantastic learning for me. Opened a couple of stores for them. At head office level, helped them with a rebrand. And then one of the landlords who used to be a regular customer at Nino's came and said, listen, I've got the site in Athol Square. I don't want a Nino's because it's a chain. I want you to come up with your own brand.
Love that.
I had about 50 other names before I decided to call it Tasha's. Everyone pushed me. I didn't want to call it Tasha's.
Sure.
I didn't want the responsibility.
Exactly.
If it was going to fail, I'm a proper A-type personality. I was head girl at my school. I want everything that I do to be successful. I was like, guys, I don't want to call it Tasha's. If it doesn't work, what's going to happen?
Exactly.
Anyway, they convinced me and opened Tasha's in 2005 in Athol Square. Worked every day, 16, 17 hours a day, no day off. I think I was taking like maybe 4 or 5 grand as a salary from the business.
Lord, yeah.
No one was allowed to receive orders. No one was allowed to pack away the stock. No one was allowed to call. I was everywhere. I literally did everything. And then my landlady in Bedford View came to me and said, listen, I love this concept. Convert your Nino's. And I had a great relationship with the guys from Nino's, and I was very happy with my store. I said, I don't have the cash to do this. Yeah. And she was like, well, you have to. So that's the journey of Tasha. Starting converted the Nino's in Bedford View to a Tasha's.
Yes.
And then Kevin Hedwick, who was a regular customer, said, listen, what are your hopes and dreams for this business? I said, I don't want a franchise. I want to own them all.
Right.
I've still got my presentation. So juvenile. Anyway, 20 years ago.
No, that's memories.
I don't know anything about, balance sheets and spreadsheets. And I had no collateral. I'd gone to Loan Sharks to do the restaurants. Anyway, decided to partner with Famous Brands and started on the franchise route. Then went to Dubai and partnered with someone there. And I own the restaurants in Dubai. So I'm franchisor and franchisee.
And are the Tasha's in SA still franchised?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
I own with my partner, which is my brother, and another partner, Melissa. We own Bedford View, Hyde Park, and Nelson Mandela Square, which is about to get a huge renovation. We're closing in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I kept those stores on purpose because I think when you are franchising, you've got a responsibility to your franchisees. If a franchisee comes to me and says, listen, my food cost is out.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in some ivory tower, how am I going to say yes or no? When I've got my own, I can say, actually, guys, you know what? You're not wrong. Or we don't like this. Or labor's gone through the roof. Or Tash, what do we do? I've got my own stores that I can refer back to.
Yeah.
Dubai, slightly different model. And then Saudi's franchised and London we own.
Yeah. So as an A-type personality who wants to control everything, and I can completely relate to that, how did you get to a point where you could find people where you could just hand off a bit here and there, or don't you?
If my team's listening, they're like, she doesn't hand off anything.
Yeah.
No, I've had to.
Had to.
Before I used to open all of the restaurants. In fact, up until store number 10, I cooked and developed all of the food together with my brother and trained. And then we got a chef. I think the key is, if you want to have a successful business, is to do what you can until you can't do it anymore.
Love that.
And it's actually from a very famous book. It's called Blitzscaling. And it's the guys from Airbnb who, I don't know, they used to decorate and style all their Airbnbs when they first started out. Until, of course, they couldn't do it anymore. It became a global business.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing a lot and I control a lot. No dish goes on the menu unless I've tasted it.
Who develops your recipes?
I've got an unbelievable culinary director. Her name's Jill Ockers.
Okay.
An unbelievable beverage director, Christian, I can never say a surname, he's Polish, Hudenek. They're both based in Dubai. And then they work with the chefs in South Africa. But nothing, all 13 brands, 2 are retail, so all 11 brands, nothing goes on the menu unless I have tasted it.
What's your favorite menu item?
Oh no, that's very difficult because I've got so many different restaurants now.
Okay, so what's your top standard Tasha's
at my
menu
Greek
here?
restaurant in Dubai, Avli, I'd say it's the Uvetsi. Here in South Africa, I love the parmesan couscous. I think it's delicious. And the baby burgers. We've just opened Arlecchino in Sea Point, which is our Italian brand. We do a carpaccio with a cacio pepe on top of it, which is fantastic. Cafe Sophie, my mom's.
I wanted to ask you.
My mom's.
Let's talk about Cafe Sophie.
Yeah.
What inspired that? Well, your mom inspired the name.
So my mom was a big influence, as most moms, on their kids' lives. Sadly, I've lost my mom and my dad. My dad at 57, my mom at 62. So that they hadn't seen what my brother and I have achieved.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Although if my mom was around, she was a proper control freak. Don't open more. You're doing well enough. Just leave it. Don't open more. She didn't even want me to go to Dubai.
Sure.
She was very arty, an unbelievable cook, incredibly beautiful woman. And my brother and I have always wanted to, do something to honor her spirit. We got offered a site in Cape Town, in Park Road. The landlords wanted a Tasha's. I said, you know what? Let's bring a couple of new brands to South Africa. Also to show the market all of our learnings in Dubai.
I was going to ask, what have you learned that you're bringing back?
I mean, to operate in Dubai, that's extremely competitive. Not to say that South Africa is not competitive, but you're in an international playground, and it's super intense.
Yeah.
And you can't rest on your laurels at all in Dubai. You got to be on it. So we got offered this house, and my brother and I were like,
that's it.
This is it. This is the right space for us, because my mom also loved a certain type of aesthetic, and Cafe Sophie just allowed us to do that.
That's absolutely, and you have to honor your mom and to honor your parents by paying. Just
exactly. We need to do Harry's Steakhouse now. No, I'm not going to do any new brands. I'm joking.
Yet.
No. No more new brands.
Yeah.
It's enough.
So before you went to Dubai, you opened in London.
Yes.
Was that?
No. I opened Dubai first.
Dubai first.
And London only recently. London's 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
I won't open any more in London.
Why not?
The barriers to becoming a commercially viable business are just too high. Okay. And I think the government has made it almost impossible for hospitality to succeed. I'm not the only one.
Right.
We have satisfied the customer needs. We run queues out the door. I've got unbelievable staff. We do incredible numbers. We cannot make money.
Yeah.
So just the effort versus the reward is just not, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Did it get to a point where you can separate yourself from the success of a business, where you go, well, it's the market, like you just said, it's everybody, it's everyone's laboring under the same constraints here. It's not about the brand, it's about the environment. Yeah,
definitely, and it would be irresponsible to open more, because what am I going to do it myself? Which means I'm going to take money out of the company, which would be irresponsible to. There's only 2 shareholders, myself and someone else, my brother, and another person. So irresponsible to shareholders. And then to franchise it, you want your franchisees to make money.
Yeah.
Franchisees are making money, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do any more in the UK, not until the market changes. Would we do well? Will we be packed? Absolutely. I mean, we're in Battersea, we're opposite the power station, we are next to Zara.
Oh, wow.
It really is very, very busy. It's also disheartening because you're doing all of those numbers, and at the end of the month you look at your P&L and you're like, and now?
No.
Not worth it.
It's disheartening. What was the decision? Why was there a decision to go to the UAE?
So we had I never wanted Tasha's to become a mass brand. 20 years old in South Africa. We've got now 17, 8, we've got 19. And I always said we'd do like 20. I actually always said we'd do 17, but the markets become much bigger. And we can do a couple more in the Cape. But let's say I was wrong, and let's say it was going to be 20, 25. I never wanted it to be 30, 40, 50, 60, exactly. Because then it loses its appeal, in my opinion. So we had reached the saturation points in South Africa. I'd been approached for Australia, the Middle East, the United States, and the UK. UK, I was petrified, and rightly so. I was correct to be scared. Australia and the United States too far away, and I am a control freak. It's not like you can just jump on a plane. Middle East made sense. It's 8 hours away. In many ways, it's similar to South Africa. It's a driving culture. It's a mall culture.
Yeah,
hell of a lot of expats.
Yeah,
the locals. We've become. People don't even know that it's from South Africa. People think the people who live in Dubai think that Tasha's is their brand. It all started there.
Oh wow.
It's 10 years old in Dubai.
Well, then, yeah.
So it made sense, and the Middle East has been amazing. It's got great ease of doing business, very safe.
Yeah. Today's episode of South African Food Stories is powered by FNB Business. Delivering, dining, or dishing, FNB provides the game-changing financial strategies and tailored business banking solutions to help hospitality businesses grow faster and smarter. FNB Business help changes everything, an authorized financial services provider and credit provider. Was there ever a point where you went, oh my God, we're out of our depth, what are we going to do? Or was it just...
No, I think personally the first year or two was very tough.
Yeah.
Not to have the normal nature that I'm used to, friends, family.
Yeah.
But I think the sacrifice has been worth it. And look at the opportunities we've created. We've got 1,200 people employed in South Africa, of which I would say, and I don't know if my numbers are correct, I'm taking a guess now, but I'd say 400 to 500 are South African or Zimbabwean. So a lot of opportunity, a lot of families that we've helped,
Yes.
you know, who have just got a different life now.
Yeah.
So the Middle East's been fantastic, and I get to come back here. You know, I've been in Cape Town a little bit, opening the new brands, Cafe Sophie, Alekino. In Joburg, we're doing the renovation, so it's not like I can't come back at all.
Yeah, no, of course. But from a creativity point of view, have you seen that the UAE is a palette for your creativity? What have you been able to do there that you can't do here?
If you dream it in the Middle East,
Yeah.
you can do it.
It's incredible.
Also, the artisans. I think we've lost a lot of our... I'm talking about shop fitting skills. I'm talking about those old-fashioned carving skills that don't really exist in South Africa anymore. Tough to find people who really care. And in Dubai, whatever you want, you can dream whatever you want, and they can do it. You can think of any ingredient that you want, they will fly it in.
Yeah.
It's another world.
Yeah.
It's a city of the future.
Yeah. So when you go and create a concept,
Yeah.
how does that? Did you wake up one day and go, the Galaxy Bar? It's like,
Yeah.
we need telescopes. How does that work? Because that is just incredible that you've got that.
I think what happens is, let's say in Dubai, we had Tasha's Galleria, Abu Dhabi, and Marina Mall, and then the landlord offered us a location as an operator, not for Tasha's. Then I'll look at that location and think, what could work here? What haven't we done? In the case of Galaxy Bar, I had opened a Greek restaurant in the DIFC, and then there was 120 square meters of like this non-space.
Opportunity.
Here's the opportunity. What are we going to do? Let's do a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Then we start thinking what's very Greek, and I don't know what to say. It's part of my creative process.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of detail that goes into it. Then I start pulling in. I'll pull in the designers. I'll pull in the beverage guys. I'll pull in the food guys, the stylists, and we start to flesh this thing out. What does it look like? But for the most part, the creating of the brands comes from me.
Yes.
Like even now, this new one that we opened in Cape Town, everyone likes, I don't understand Alekino, what is it?
Yeah.
And I said, guys, when it comes together, you're going to get
You'll
it.
get it. Yeah.
You'll get it, because the uniforms are like this, the packaging's like that, the branding's like this, the food's like this, these are the plates. And then when it all comes together, like, okay,
Get it
got
now.
it.
Yeah. And it seems to me like your creative process is actually what drives your energy, which enables you to get done what you have to do
Yes,
on a
but now
daily
I have to
basis.
stop creating brands.
Why?
Because I think we've got a nice portfolio and we've got to like open a few of each one.
Okay.
And also it drives my team
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. And I'm sure.
It really drives them because you have to have different SOPs. Because while the business is very creative, the reason we've lasted for 20 years and the standards are high is because all the back end is system driven.
Right.
There's operating procedures. There's brochures. There's documents. There's training, and every time you create a new brand, all of that has to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
You're keeping people employed.
I know, but I'm also driving my head office team crazy. If they have to, guys, we're making a steakhouse brand. If you're listening, it's starting next week. We're going to start. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No more.
No. And okay, so what does a day in your life look like?
Start really early in the morning. Unfortunately, I do look at my phone as I wake up. And 9 times out of 10 times I'm sleeping with my phone as I go to bed, and I have my laptop on my... You're having a fit, I know.
I'm internalizing this for you.
Yeah, no, because I mean, it's really...
We can fix
A
this.
friend gave me a lecture the other day. She said you can't carry on with the adrenaline that pumps through your body, because as I wake up, I'm like dialed in.
Yeah.
I have a lot of different meetings because the team needs me for their projects, for approvals. I'm finding now I'm struggling with having me time just to think about the business from a helicopter view. So I'm actually in Feb taking a week off, not having any meetings, not talking to anyone. I'm just going to do some creative thinking about where I want the business to go. That's not to say we've already even done our business plans, but it's a lot of me helping other people move on with what they have to do.
You have to move back to see it. sometimes.
Exactly. And then I'm very involved with interiors, food, marketing. And those are the 3 that I really I've got my hands in every single day.
Is there a point where you feel like you just got to stop? You've got to go on holiday. You've got to just like give your brain just some downtime. How are you looking after you?
Listen, I do take breaks.
Okay.
I go to Greece every year. I'm Greek. So I love my Greek holiday. I don't know about this year. We're opening 16. Let's see how I'm going to manage to go. I try and take mini breaks where I can. I've started swimming again.
Good.
There's a gentleman who tries to look after my health when I listen. Richard Sutton. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Very much so.
Just an unbelievable human being and been a great mentor to me mentally and physically. One of the reasons I had lost quite a bit of weight was, besides the diet aids, was because of him training me when I got stuck here in COVID. So we started swimming again. I've been swimming in the Sea Point pool, but when I go back to Dubai, a little bit of cycling in the mornings. Okay. When I'm disciplined enough.
Yeah.
Because for me, work is the most important thing.
And I think, look, as you get older,
I put it before anything else.
Yeah, of course. But as you get older, you start feeling the effects.
I'm definitely feeling them.
Yeah. And
I've just had knee surgery and I'm hobbling along, meniscus surgery.
Yeah.
So how do I look after myself? Not very well, to be honest. I could sit here and lie and say I'll do this in the morning and I'd pause and I try and meditate. No, that would be, I'm allowed to swear.
Of course.
Big bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
All I do is graft.
Yeah. And most business owners who are really driven and successful, it's exactly.
Yeah, but it isn't sustainable.
No, it is't.
And I think there does need to be some type of balance. The thing is, when you've been operating like I have at my level, non-stop, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, I don't even know how to switch off on a Sunday. My friend shouted at me the other day. She said, "What is wrong with you? You can't even just sit still and just chill." If I go on holiday, I'm very good at being relaxed. I switch my phone off and I'm on holiday. But if it's a normal work day, no.
No. Do you cook for yourself at home?
Never.
I was going to ask, what does your kitchen look like?
Never. My kitchen, I've got extreme OCD. I've been living in my apartment in Dubai for 10 years. No one's allowed to even put the washing machine on to wash clothes. Okay. Because I've got, because my life is so like frantic.
Yes.
When I come home, I want everything to be controlled. The only time we cooked in my apartment was during COVID. We got stuck there with my two best friends and we were forced to cook. And then I would chase after them. My friend would make a pasta and I'd be like, "You're very messy." Go
I love that.
Wipe and clean.
Yeah.
So no, I don't cook at home.
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm supposed I'm surrounded by food the whole day, every day.
That's it.
I've got my academy in Dubai where we do. I land back in Dubai on the 3rd, and I go into tastings from the 5th, and I'm in tasting from the 5th until the 15th until I leave for London. It's like 10 days of tasting food. Trust me, you don't want to go home and eat.
No, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, because we're also developing this fast food brand that we're putting a lot of effort into.
Okay.
It's called Nala.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fast food here or in
So we've got one in Dubai.
Okay.
Opening 2 or 3 in the UAE and wanting to bring it to South Africa. We think there's a gap for Natasha's quality product in under 8 minutes.
You will make a killing.
I hope so.
No, that's a no-brainer.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And we want to scale that really seriously. Open like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Small.
On that note, what do you think the future of food, not just here, but internationally is?
Listen, I think it depends on the market. I think experiential dining is still a big thing. Am I a big fan of like big flash and stuff going on flames and people dancing around your tables? It's not. I'm an old school restaurateur. I learned everything from my father. I like
real
traditional old school restaurateur. You'll even see with this new one we opened in Sea Point, there's no gimmicks. So I think the time of gimmicks and fooling people, and that's not to say that people who are putting on a show are fooling people, but I think the time of like this, like a lot of excess and flamboyance and whatever, there's going to be a place for it, but it's not everyone trying to do it, which they have been. What I've just spoken about with Nala, I think because our lives are so fast-paced, everyone has got not enough hours in the day, a really quality product, quickly, and even a bit of a grocery shop while you're getting that quick meal. And I'm not talking big scale. Like we're going to do 50 SKUs that you'll be able to come and get, like an olive oil, coffee, a rub, a mayonnaise, all under the Nala brand. I think that's going to be big. And there will always be a place for a classic cafe, I think, because wherever we open Natasha's, I'm touching wood here.
Yeah.
Wherever we open one has done well.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Just open. I just went up before I came here. We were in Besonia, and we had put in our budgets that we were going to do X, and we're doing almost double that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because I think we stick to the basics: good quality ingredients, honest service, a beautiful interior,
and people know what to expect, and they're always pleasantly surprised.
A big part's also like luck. Which, you know, you got to work hard. And I know everyone says, you know, that if you work hard, luck will follow to a degree.
Yeah.
But I think some people do work really hard and
they're luckier as a result.
Well, no. Some people work really hard and they haven't had the opportunities that I've had. I think that, you know, I'm not particularly religious, but I do believe. And I have been lucky and blessed.
But I think there's also a sense of once you've got an idea and you know it's right and you trust yourself, nothing's going to get in your way.
No, and nothing will get in my way.
And it's almost like
you've got to be uncompromising.
Yes.
And my brother will often say to me, but hang on a second, surely we can let this go. Or someone else will say to me, but no one's going to notice. Well, I'm going to notice.
You're going to notice.
You know, I will notice. Yesterday we were talking about the renovation at Nelson Mandela and I want a screen to go somewhere, and someone said to me, but no one's going to see it. I said, but I will see it. I will see it. So I want it to be perfect. If you have to have a relentless pursuit of excellence in what you do every single day. Especially when we're talking about food stories here. The food industry has got so many variables. I think people think it's very glamorous to own a restaurant. There is nothing glamorous about it. If you love people, yes, great. If you love interiors, great. But it's rough. It's hard work because of all the variables. Food coming in, staff not pitching for work, uniforms that have to be right, service, then maintenance, then something breaks, then the weather, then it's just, there are so many variables. If you are not pursuing excellence on an everyday basis and pushing your team, if you're aiming here and your team's able to achieve here, then you've done well. You've got to always be like, pushing. I always said, if I walk into one of my restaurants, the day I walk into one of my restaurants and I see a piece of paper on the floor and I'm too lazy to pick it up or I ignore it, that's the day I'm ready to sell.
Yeah.
It's all the details.
Yeah. So for someone watching, specifically women in South Africa, we've got a passion to do anything really, but specifically to go out and cook or to create a restaurant, create a brand. What are your pearls of wisdom, even if there's just one?
Do not listen to any business books. Because the business book's going to tell you definitely not to get money from a loan shark. Okay? You've got to take advice from people, but listen to your own intuition. So that'll be one thing. You don't have to follow rules. You have to be prepared to sacrifice. Unfortunately, you know, like someone asked me the other day, I was being interviewed, and they said, what are one of your regrets? And my regrets are like not spending enough time with my family. But would I be where I am had I spent 30% more time with my family and only 70% focus on the business? Probably not. So you have to, as you're doing it, and scaling doesn't mean success. You can have one really amazing restaurant, but it can be an unbelievable success story. Even to make that one restaurant successful, you have to sacrifice. I've got a group with my franchisees the other day and I said, guys, get back into your restaurants. You have to run them yourself. You invested, you got to go run them. So scaling doesn't necessarily mean success, but if you want to scale your business and then you've got to make sacrifice. And then the most important thing is who you're surrounding yourself with. I can do nothing without my team. I am so blessed. Just again, I keep mentioning it because it's so fresh. We're 3 weeks old. My head office team, there are 16 of them at this new restaurant. They don't take days off, even if I tell them to take a day off. They're there, they're in the trenches. So who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are the people that you're going to lean on and that are going to support you? Can't do it without them. As I'm sitting here in Dubai, I've got amazing people running my restaurants. As I'm sitting here, I've got incredible people in South Africa. I've got Bongani. I'm going to talk about amazing. Bongani was the manager at Tasha's Canal Walk. In fact, first he was a waiter, and then he became a manager. Then we flew him to Dubai, and he's a kitchen manager in one of my restaurants there. He's the general manager running my UK store, You must know this person now has had to go from being like just a basic waiter to understanding P&Ls, doing the ordering, running his team.
Do you ever stop and really think about the lives you've touched through this journey?
I'm very hard on myself.
No.
Nothing's ever good enough. I want to do more.
Yeah.
I want to be better.
Yeah.
I get very upset when things are not perfect. Hate snag lists. I just want to, and nothing's ever going to be perfect.
No.
But I want it to be.
Yeah.
So do I sometimes stop and say, sure, well done? It's maybe for like a brief moment every now and again. Maybe now that I'm sitting in the podcast and we're talking about my story, I'll say, sure, yeah, okay.
Just think about the ripples that it's created over the last 20 years. It's quite a profound thing. And I think that's what drives you. I mean, anyone who really is so passionate and can pull so many people along with them on the ride, I think that really needs to be acknowledged.
Thank you.
I think it's beautiful.
And then that's enough. Now, what else?
So can you share your, I suppose, marketing pearls of wisdom?
So marketing's really quite a tough one because everything today is about social media, and I think the big tools are Instagram. For a long time, I didn't even have Instagram. Yeah. When it came out, I was like, guys, this is a fad. I'm never going to go on it. People are going to come to the restaurants and try it. I think authenticity in marketing is very, very important. You know, if you are feeding people a lie and everything's about the show, you're going to get caught out.
Of course.
So I think that's really important. Engagement. How are you engaging with your audience? And then for me, good old-fashioned by word of mouth.
It's always the best.
Nothing can beat it.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about the recent restaurant that we've opened. We didn't do a hard push on social media because we had opened in December. Crazy time to open. And we've been full every day, I think, because, you know, word of mouth. But then a big part is storytelling. People want to know a story. What is the reason you've done this? And that's why when you're creating a brand, it has to feel authentic. Yeah. So the reason it's called Arlecchino is my mother, I don't know, we all from Joburg here. Do you remember Arlecchino on Lubert Avenue? My aunt used to put me in the car when I was 12 years old because she still loves men, and those days boy crazy. And she'd say, "Are you bored? Come, we're going to go to Arlecchino for a coffee." And then she would take me there and we'd have my pizza pasta and she would be flirting with all the boys. So I said, we'll do an Arlecchino in Sea Point because Sea Point used to be very, you know, Italian.
Yes.
So I think authenticity is a big part of marketing. If people feel that the story that you're telling, there's a real person and a connection, then that's half the marketing success on its own. Yeah.
Why reinvesting in SA?
So for a long time, we said we weren't going to open more in South Africa. We had stopped at 17. I think I'm very optimistic about the direction South Africa's taking, especially the Cape. I think it's
very much.
It's unbelievable what's happening in the Western Cape. But Joburg as well. I think, you know, we've opened LXX. We've just opened Besonia. We're going to open Le Parc in the Polar Fields, a secret one in another neighborhood, which I can't disclose yet. I think it's exciting. And you just have to look at how many new restaurants and brands are opening. Like Bedford View, it used to be I was like the only one trading there.
Yes.
There are hundreds of restaurants in Bedford View now. And a lot of young entrepreneurs who are trying their hand at creating brands and being very successful. And you don't have to look at like the success of Marble or Tang. Nicky van der Walt, you know, he's another South African success story. He's got 2 restaurants here, also opened in Dubai. The guys from Marble, they're doing unbelievably well with Marble and Saint. So yeah, I think South Africa still has a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, as much as we complain about the cost of living and the rand and we spend on food.
We spend on food. We're resilient. We love our country. We're passionate. We want to eat out. And, you know, people say, are you Greek or South African? Are you a South African Greek or you're a Greek South African? And there's always this debate, you know, because I went to Saheti. I was head girl at Saheti. You know, there's something about South African warmth and hospitality. That's why when I opened in Dubai, I insisted with my partner. I said, we're going to do a Tasha's together. But we are going to bring 75% of the staff. That DNA is part of the reason we've been so successful in the Middle East. Because we're going to bring 75% of the staff from South Africa who've worked at Tasha's before. And then that core team have now trained others and others and others. So I mean, there's something special about this country. It's magic.
It is magic.
It is.
Magic. Let's talk about your books.
Yeah.
Was that part of the plan?
There's one missing there.
Okay. But
I'm going to speak to Tessa. She's stingy. She's got to deliver the other one.
I need the other one.
Yeah, it's a Galaxy Bar. Cocktails.
So what, I mean, you're so busy. I mean, obviously, these aren't recipes from the restaurant.
So this is recipes from the restaurants.
Okay.
That's why it's called Cafe Classics. And it's all of the recipes over the years.
Yeah.
So we've put them in here. And this one over here was going to be the signature menus. Because we said we've got the photography, so we'll put it together really quickly.
Yeah, no.
But because I'm a creative.
It's not quick.
I said, no, we're not going to do that, guys. We're actually going to change tactics. This book, the entire book was shot do you remember at Athol Square, there was a little test kitchen next to it, Tasha's test kitchen. 45 square meters. Every chapter in the book was shot in that space, and we built prop sets.
Yeah.
So the New York section, we built like a New York deli. The French one, we built like a little New York bistro.
Beautiful.
I mean, a little French bistro. The countryside one with these old English cabinets and beautiful linen. So we built sets
Right.
in the space. And
So
that one's got art, it's got music.
And it's a creative expression.
It
It's
is.
obviously a creative output for
I
you.
would like to do another book.
Right.
I just don't know when I'm going to find the time.
You know
what
what?
I'm doing.
The book will find you.
Yeah.
They come
Yeah.
in the middle of the night and they go, just write me now.
Just write it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've just done another one called which I'll deliver.
Lovely.
Galaxy Bar Cocktail Books.
Oh, I will get
Yeah.
stuck into that.
Thank you.
So do you see your writing as an extension of your brand or as a personal creative outlet?
So I think for these two books specifically, it's definitely a combination of both, because Tasha's is a brand, but Tasha's is me.
You.
So definitely both. And I mean, I mentioned my family in the first one, and actually in the second one, and all my travels are in the.
Right.
There's a compilation of all the places that have inspired me. That's what's called Tasha's Inspired, and this is history, family, and everything else. So definitely a combination of both. If I were to do a flamingo room or an Avli, like the Galaxy Bar now, it's more about the brand. But again, when you go back to what we spoke about in marketing, and it's not a marketing tool for me, but if people are going to use it as a marketing tool, a level of connection and authenticity to a person or a story are very important.
There's so many facets to you and so many facets to the brand. It's impossible for anyone else to replicate because they're not you. And I think that is a crystallization of who you are and who you bring into your market and to your brand.
Thank you.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind in the hospitality industry?
It's very simple for me. I could sell my entire business now and retire and never have to stress about money again, thankfully. It's been a really successful ride. For me, it's about everyone else who's helped me along the way. If the legacy that I can leave behind is that I've made other people successful and I've made other people wealthy and I've built a career path for other people, then all of my endeavors have been worth it. Because it's about everyone else, guys. It's not anything that's selfish in life, you most likely are not going to be successful. If it's about you and others, then it will be successful. And so the legacy is 100% about what impacts have I made on everyone else's life, and are they going to reap the benefits of all this effort that they've put in? Yeah.
I think if that is your driving force, you'll always be on top of your
definitely
game.
is my driving force.
Yeah. Explains everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
A huge thank you to our sponsors, F&B Business, the help behind unstoppable businesses. Ready to up your food, beverage, and hospitality business game. Whether you're catering or running a hotel, F&B has a cash flow game plan that can help streamline your business. F&B Business help changes everything. An authorized financial services provider and credit provider.